What is the history of food additives? That is the question I'll be answering in this video. I will cover a wide range of food additives in history and how some of them are used now. I will also talk about what are some food additives now and the laws surrounding them. But first, what are food additives? Food additives are a substance added to food to enhance its flavour, appearance, or to help preserve it. They can be man-made or natural, as you'll find out in this video. Food additives are anything but a new invention. They have been used throughout history in many cultures. This section of the video will discuss the use of additives throughout these times. For example, the Chinese unknowingly used traces of ethylene and propylene from burning paraffin to ripen fruit. The first use of food additives was probably for preservation. For example, smoking was a common way of preserving food, specifically for meat and fish, which partly relies on drying the meat and partly on preserving chemicals using the smoke. Salt was also a very common preservative. The ancient Romans used it in fish sauce. It was used for fermentation and to improve the quality of the product. Salt now, however, is so familiar that it is used as an ingredient instead of an additive, which can be rather unhealthy. Sugar is the same. Originally it was a rare additive from India that was only affordable for the rich. Now it is in almost every product and is causing a large array of health issues, including obesity. The ancient Greeks used resins for wine as a mild preservative. Today, the same chemical is the preservative of choice. People burn sulfur into empty wine barrels, which helps fumigate the barrel and preserve the wine that will be in it. The use of spices is very old, as old as the very first humans who wrapped meats in certain leaves and found it improved the flavour. Originally, spices only became popular in England to drown out the taste of salt and tainted meat. They still took hold and are now a staple in many cuisines and are used throughout the world. Before large-scale food production, adding colour to food was uncommon. The ancient Egyptians did use saffron to colour food though, and the Romans used a mixture of alum and flour to get white bread. This practice persisted all the way to the 19th century. Rich medieval kitchens also used many plant-based food colourings, such as beetroot juice, to get a purpley colour. An accidental additive to water was lead in ancient Rome. To distribute water, they used lead pipes. This lead contaminated the water and caused many poisonings and deaths. Lead was also used as a sweetener in wines and ciders, which killed quite a few of the rich. They did track these deaths back to lead-lined barrels at the time though. And all that is just a snippet of how many additives have been used throughout history. Additives have been used since the first hunter-gatherer societies all the way to now and probably much further into the future. The use of food additives is a very important part of food production today, ensuring products last a substantial amount of time to be transported and stored. But that isn't their only use now. They can be used to add flavour like in lollies or to add colour like in the white in flour. If you want to know what additives are in your food, you can look at the food label on the product. The food additives are numbered because of the length and how confusing they can be. For example, ascorbic acid is numbered 300. There are laws around food additives in Australia. For example, the additive must only add to the food. And when an additive does add to the food, it must be labelled, even if it is below 5% of the final product. Also, some food additives are banned because they are unsafe to consume. These same food additives may be allowed to be used overseas.